Hello, my name is Koren Wiskman, and I'm here in the Scrapbook.com studio to make a card with you today. We're using the Build a Bunting Stamp Set, and it has tons of stamps. This thing is huge, and it has things that you can use to make tacos, watermelons. You could even make a Charlie Brown card. This plaid would make an excellent Christmas banner. There's tons of stuff that you can do with this. They even have little tiny ties that you could stamp or emboss on your project to make the bunting even more realistic. So today we're going to make a three-dimensional banner on our project using eyelets and a little bit of twine. The first step is to stamp, I used the nested banner dies to cut out a little bit of a banner for our card front. So the first step is going to be to stamp and emboss these hearts in the background. So we want to mount it in the stamp positioning tool. This just makes it easier for us to do this. You can certainly just use an acrylic block, but I have it out for other purposes. So I kind of know where my eyelets are going to go, so I'm going to choose to make these embossed images where the sign is not going to cover them up. That looks good. So let's close the door. Now you can tell that this heart has like a double stamping, but I don't want to do it at the same time. I need to do that separately. So let's do this first. We're going to prep the cardstock with the powder. So I'm going to use VersaMark ink, but you can use any sticky embossing ink for this. Not anything with any pigment because we want it to be clear. So now I just want to use them again and stamp that other heart right over this outlined one. And you can just arrange it in any way that you desire. Does not have to be exactly like this. I just like this design. So again, with your clear sticky ink, and there we go, we're ready to emboss. We're going to use gold embossing powder for this. And I'm just putting it where I need it. And still making a mess. And heat up your heat tool. So I'm going to take it to the back first and then move to the front. Give the paper a little massage, get it back in a good condition, less warp. And that's it. Now we're ready to do eyelets. So I've made little pencil marks on the back of my project so that I know where I want to punch my eyelets. I think that's still good. Nope, we need to make new marks. So I'm just going to do one up here and then swoop down to about here. This is not scientific. This is totally off the cuff. This one's going to say Miss to Mrs. You could also make a Taco Tuesday card. That would be kind of cool. So I have the little eyelet punch here and punch some big holes. There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. So now you have your eyelets. These are really kind of thick. These are larger eyelets. I like to use these. You put the larger aluminum piece in the front and then flip it over, and these small washer pieces go fit on just like that. And then you lose it all and make a big mess. There we go. And then you take the top and punch it, and there you go. You have an eyelet. So just do that 3 more times. and throw around your washers like confetti. So now we're just going to add some twine. We are going to take this white twine and basically string it across the eyelets. So I'm just going to pull it and get a good amount, okay? This is also in excess, but we'll see. We'll see. Maybe I've clipped just enough. So I want to kind of sew it through like that. Leave a little bit on the back side. I'm going to secure it with this Scotch or packing or wrapping paper tape. That's what it is. And just secure it on the back. And then pull it through. Remember to just give it a little flexibility. Not too much, because then your banner will sag. Nobody wants saggy banners. And then clip off the excess. So now we're ready to make our sentiment. So now I'm going to stamp the banners that go with my sentiment. And you need a fair amount. I like to over stamp, that way if I mess anything up, I have more banners or letters than I need. So I'm going to take banners from the set, and I like the square ones because it matches the die that I used. And I like the more simple ones because I'm going to emboss them in gold, and then we're going to add some letters for the sentiment. So I'm more drawn to the simpler designs, but they also have these awesome with the bold rickrack design. They have polka dots, they have stripes, candy stripes. It's really, I mean, you have so much to choose from. I like that one. And this one. This one with the heart makes it great for the eye because it almost looks like the dot of the eye. And that's how I arrange them in the stamp positioner. Pick them up with the door. And then we can stamp them on this side and then turn the paper around and stamp them also on the other side. We want to prep for embossing. And we're going to use clear sticky ink again. Give it a good push. And you really are going to have a hard time seeing that, but just be careful not to touch or feel your paper a whole lot. That way the embossing powder doesn't stick everywhere. And reapply the sticky ink. That way we have a lot of banners. Now we're going to add our gold embossing powder. Give it a little shimmy. And there, I don't like that. That's like too much. That's too much mistake. So I'm going to take my brush and touch that up a little bit. And don't forget the whole other side. Heat your heat tool nice and hot. And just keep the heat moving on your paper. So let's give our little paper a little massage again. I have no idea if this actually helps. I just really like it. I'm nice to my paper. I think it helps. Okay, so let's clean up our mess a little. Okay, so now that we have some pretty gold embossed banners, we need to add our sentiment. So when you have an alphabet stamp, I'm sure you know that you only have usually you only have one letter in that particular font. So the best and easiest way to do that is to grab yourself an acrylic block with the letter that you need. Let's see, we have M-I-S-S-M-R. We need another S. So let's grab that one. And this time we're going to use the VersaFine Clair Nocturne. This is a black pigment ink. I think it's a good contrast between the shiny gold and the matte black. And just line up your S in the next available banner and stamp it down. I like to put mine more in the center. So M-I-S-S. We need another M. I love alphabet sets because you can make your own sentiments, and I can be dangerous with sentiments. So let's do another M. So I've got some Zig Clean Color Real Brush Marker. This is just a really pale pink. In fact, it's called pale pink. And I just added a little bit of color. I like to make it a little bit more pinker at the top. And then just drag the color a little bit. Almost like a watercolor effect. And I just do that with all of the banners that I'm using. And you just keep going the whole way until you have all your letters, and you can easily cut them out. I like to work one row at a time. So you go down the side. And if I had lined these up straighter, you could probably do it in one. Try not to cut it off. There we go. Look at that. That's like the easiest fussy cutting ever because it's a straight line. Boom. Maybe some smaller scissors. But this gets done quick. I like that. So now we're going to adhere our banner pieces to the twine, okay? So we're going to take a glue dot. I'm not sure if these are micro or mini, but both would work just fine. Oh, let's find it. Find a glue dot. We don't need this piece. And I hang them just like you were hanging a banner in real life. So I take a glue dot, okay, and I take the M, and I literally put it on this end. Here's one. Let's see if I can get stuck to the stamps. Okay, pull off another glue dot and stick that down on the end, just like if you were hanging it on a real in your home. And then I take it like this and I put it right on the twine so that the twine holds those glue dots. So let's just do the last of the letters. Try to spell things correctly. I don't always do that. Sometimes my husband has to say, "Hey, Corey, that's not spelled correctly." So then I have to remake it, but that's okay. That just means more craft room time. I would totally give my mom a misspelled card. I think she would really think that's funny because she knows me and that I'm a terrible speller. She would love it. She would love it anyway. Okay, so now that you have all of your glue dots on, we're going to put some, well, this one already has the adhesive on it, so that's super helpful. So now that you pulled the release paper from the back of your craft foam, just align it kind of in the center of your card. Try not to make it too crooked, although if it's my card, it could be very crooked. And there we go. Miss to Mrs. Thanks for watching. If you like this video and want to see more from Scrapbook.com, please like, share, subscribe, and leave a message. Happy crafting!